I'd like to look at our next topic, that is news values. First, start with meaning. Much information and many incidents happen every minute. So it is a difficult task for the journalist to decide what news is and what is not. How do they differentiate between a big and short news story? The answer is that they do it in the same way that everyone does. Everybody makes the same decision whenever they decide to talk about one event rather than another. For instance, which do you think is more exciting news? The deadly conflict between the family over a financial dispute? Women appointed as a tube well operators? An accident killing a person? Or role of media in awareness for COVID-19? Each of these events may be news for the community in which it occurs, but some are more new than others. You very likely express that the most exciting things were deadly conflict or an accident or role of media in awareness for COVID-19. If your answer was different, however, it is not necessarily to mean that you were wrong. The same event can have different level of interest in different societies and will be talked about in different ways. In that case, the journalist picked up that story by the news media contained a sufficient amount of news value. Though, what exactly we mean by news value? News values are the prerequisite to determine the potentiality or worthiness of the news. These are the yardsticks to evaluate the newsworthiness of a common event, incident, statement, or opinion. Let us take a look at the list of 10 news values. The more of these boxes your stories can take, the more news value it has. The first news value that will often be exploited by publicists are timeliness. In today's fast-moving world, timeliness plays a vital role in the news. Within no time, news is reaching a vast population without geographical boundaries by using various social media networks. So while transferring the news, one should consider the news should be related to present issues with all relevant facts. For example, the national address given by the Prime Minister of India on the COVID-19 has to be reported in the first edition of the newspaper after the ceremony and live telecast in electronic media. Moreover, the events that happen a month back has no news value compared to the news covered the present events. Like news of heavy rain should be reported today itself in electronic media. If it is reported day after tomorrow, it is no news. The second news value is nearness or proximity. Proximity refers to the origin of the news. That is, the closer it is to the home of the reader, the more is its impact. Suppose the distance between the place of occurrence of a news item and the place of publication is different. In that case, it limits the interest of the people as it is the common tendency of human beings to be interested in the events that may relate to their areas. Similarly, people are more interested in the news that has an impact on their life. For instance, the price of onion or tomatoes in the place of the people makes them more alert. The third news value is prominence. Anything that involves a prominent person may become news. Here, prominence means maybe a person's position or celebrity status. The value of the news increases with the position of the person involved. Everything about them, like how they speak, wear, behave, all becomes news. The fourth news value is conflict. Anything that is connected with conflict, arguments, fight, and tension become news, as the conflict is an essential element of our social system. In general, people are more interested in controversies. They are interested in both bigger and smaller conflicts. For example, Pulwama attack was a significant conflict between India and Pakistan. It became great news throughout the world. The fifth news value is a human interest. It intimates glimpses of others' life may touch most of the readers or viewers. In general, people are interested in news stories that arouse human emotions like happiness, sadness, etc. because they tend to relate these stories to their lives. The sixth news value is the impact or consequence. People are interested in any information that is going to have an impact on their lives. Every day, many events may happen. In that, some may have a little impact on our life, but some event influence masses of people. The seventh news value is oddity. Unusual or unexpected events make the news. The public is attracted to these extraordinary events. For instance, a man living with an anaconda or a woman gives birth to 6 children are unusual news. The eighth news value is currency. Here, currency means news concerned with current issues or topic has more value. Like the coronavirus vaccine become news as everybody is interested in it. The ninth news value is usefulness. News not only provides information regarding what is happening around the world. However, it also provides useful information to its reader or viewers like information about vegetable prices, gold rate, investment, train timing, phone numbers of police station, hospitals, ambulance, etc. Last but not least is the educational value. News also has an educational value. Today, in almost all newspapers, you can find columns about educational and job opportunities. These columns guide about different courses, job opportunities, and give information about higher education. All these items help us to become more knowledgeable. Well, that is all I have for today. I had like to summarize by saying that news is anything that interests a significant number of people. Mere information may not make the news. The collected information should be shaped into the news by incorporating essential elements and news values. Timeliness, proximity, impact, human interest, prominence, conflict, oddity are some of the examples of news values. While presenting the news, it is essential to ensure that it possesses at least 4 or 5 of these values, as these are the guidelines to decide the newsworthiness. The news based on fact and reliable sources can be accurate and balancing with all its elements. Thank you for your attention. I hope you learned the way I expected. Namaste.